Okay, this is where we're at with the Fast Maverick turbo install, the 40mm to 50mm. The new turbo's in. We've got, let me see here, pull this out of the way. New turbo's in. We got to put one of the coolant lines back on, and just to give you another shot of the modification to the block right here, where I kind of came down on an angle and did this here. I did this all with the transfer case in. I took a Sawzall blade, 18 TPI, I don't know if it's 18 or 14 TPI, and just kind of ran it along this right here, a long one, until I got through until right there. And then I took a screwdriver and I just chipped away what I needed to, and then I brought a Sawzall blade back on an angle, and I kind of went right there until it went all the way through. Took it out. Be careful that you don't nick the drain tube, because I did, and I ended up having to go to a Ford dealer and grab it for the customer while we were there. But it happens. When you modify shit, this is the kind of stuff you get into, and I'm trying to teach you guys. If you're into performance, you lose your warranty on the engine anyway when you start upgrading turbos and doing all that other shit, because it's not through the dealer. But this is performance mods we've been doing lately. We've been getting more and more into it. So this went from a 40 to a 50mm, and machined this, or cut this off, took a grinder to it, smoothed it all back out, and now you can actually take the transfer case and slide it straight out of there. If you don't do that, you have to pull the driver's side CV axle, pull the passenger side CV axle, and I think there's 2 bolts here, one on each side of the stub shaft, and then you could push it from the driver's side through and take that stub shaft out of there. Well, that's too much damn work. Every time. This car made 305 horsepower, 325 foot-pound of torque with nothing but an S&B cold air intake and an upgraded intercooler. I don't even remember who makes the intercooler. Is it Cobb or something like that? Anyway, it's got an upgraded intercooler in it, and it made 305, 325. Now, that was on an all-wheel drive dyno. Now what we're doing is we're going from a 40 to 50mm turbo, and we're hoping to make about 350, 360 or more. You know, wishful thinking kind of thing. And you get what you get, you know. You're modifying stuff. So I modified the block right here so the transfer case can be slid in and out. Who knows? Who knows if that transfer case is going to be able to take, you know, 350 horsepower all the time when the customer is getting on it, getting out of it, getting on it, getting out of it. So easy access, in and out, in and out, in and out. So it didn't hurt nothing. This bolt hole's not used for anything. This bolt hole's not used for anything. It's only these out here that are used, not these two. So it's just these two here.
Yes.
And then it bolts to the, okay, so these right here are not used. It's just these two here bolts to the bracket that goes to the transfer case, or the bracket that, oh yeah, and then that goes to the side of the transfer case.
Right here like that.
Yeah, that side. Yeah, it goes to the, however the fuck it goes. What it is. I think how it is.
Oh, yeah, that's the inner. And yeah, it goes like this.
Yeah. Yeah. So it is what it is. You'll lose a little trans fluid. That's normal. You have to fill it up with some new ULV, full drive shaft and stuff. But then you look at the side of, and figure out where. Oh, right there. See the name on there? Fast Maverick by Comp Turbo. SN1008. Anyway, we're doing that. We're doing the downpipe. We're getting it tuned, and that's where we're at with it. So now we're going to start putting that other turbo, the coolant line on, and getting everything bolted back up, and then putting the transfer case in. Well, this is where we're at, and we got a little ahead of ourselves instead of continuing forward. But downpipe is in. Got the downpipe in. Got to tighten the bolt down up there. You can see here where I made that clearance, the piece I modified, how the transfer case can slide in and out of there now. PTU is in. Got to tighten bolts and stuff down, hook everything up. It's kind of what it's looking like right now, and we're slowly getting together. Slowly. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Let me see. And this is what I'm doing. I got a 2.5 inch inside diameter by a 3 inch outside diameter reducer. And then this here is going to get, I'm going to grind this down and weld it to the stainless. I know you're not supposed to, but I'm going to. Okay. Before people go crazy about this damn welder, it was given to us when we assumed responsibility of the shop when we bought it, right? That was from Old Brighton, right? And that welder is a piece of shit. When you start welding with it, it'll start doing great. You'll get some real nice beads out of it. And it's like something inside the welder just gets tired and it just doesn't want to keep going. So we make do with it, but I'm looking for a new welder now. And I told him, I told my buddy the other day, I said, bro, we gotta invest in a new welder. This ain't gonna work, man. We gotta get a good welder because we start doing these jobs like this and it'll get by. This is just to get by because this vehicle is actually gonna get a full downpipe exhaust. So this was just to get it done, get it on the road, not leaking, and it turned out how it turned out. It is what it is. So there'll be 1,000 motherfuckers in the comment section talking about, oh, you should have did. Shut up. Ain't nobody trying to hear all that. Save the drama for your mama. Put that on a cracker, dude. Anyway, it turned out great. It turned out absolutely great. Let's continue on with the video. Aside from my welder treating us like shit, we're to a point now where we're getting closer to being done with this thing and getting everything put back together. The S&B cold air intake, the battery and stuff back in, hoses and stuff back in, everything put back right back where it goes. So yeah, we're getting closer and closer, ready to fire this thing up. Everything's starting to come back together. One of the things that the customer asked about is, he said, I see what I think I seen under there. Is that a trans cooler? Yes, sir, it is. It's got an auxiliary pump in the back. It's got an auxiliary pump in the front right here. And then both those two lines One feeds back to the pump, and one of these lines go right up to, in this slot up here. They go up to the or both these lines go up to the transmission and come back down. They sure do. Yes, sir, boo boo. CV axle and stuff is back in over here. Everything's tightened down. Finishing up the last minute touches. Yeah, could be better, but it's good enough for right now. I told the customer I am not freaking exhaust modifying guy or whatever it is, but he said that's okay, just do the best you can because we're gonna put a full exhaust on it anyway. So that's where we're at. Looks good. Looks real good. So we're finishing this one up. It's got a liver noise dual catch can system on it. It has a Stita strut member or strut crossover bar. Coolant's full. SMB back in. Everything's plugged up. Whenever you do this system, you have to tie up the O2 sensors differently because of how everything's routed. One of the brackets you lose for the catalytic converter, so that's deleted, so you won't need that anymore. Yeah, so I'm gonna fire it up here in a second. Hold on, pry bar. Pry bar. Take the transmission fluid off. All right, go ahead. All right. Huh? And the smoking and stuff from the turbo is normal. It's got to get hot down there and downpipe. Nothing leaking here. Everything's good. Stay from moisture.
Yeah. Prevent the exhaust. Prevent the muffin. What do you call? Prevent the exhaust rusty.
Okay.
Oh, basically got no more catalytic converter.
Oh, it's 100 micron downpipe.
Oh.
So it is built in.
Oh, okay.
It's just like, whoa. it's nice, real nice. Now we're gonna put it on, put it back up here real quick, check for leaks. I mean, I was wide open. It was giving it to me.